Hi, Anthony, West Coast Custom Concrete. Today's video will be 20 yards of stamp in Norco, California. This is the job I demoed out the video prior. Now we're going to be grading this out and we'll be stamping it with wood stamp. It's actually, the pattern is actually called Boardwalk. So I'm going to be grading this out. This dirt was really powdery and go airborne really easy, but it compacted really good. You could get a real tight compaction on it. So we had to put a lot of water on it because when you pour, you don't want it to suck the water out of the concrete too fast. So we graded it out and set it up, and we didn't pour it for 3 days after that because I had other jobs. So the lady of the house just watered it and kept it wet. And then we came out, it was really compacted good. Just going to continually to grade this out. We're adding that whole run right there from the barn to the house. That was dirt. The patio was against the house. We'll be setting this up. It's about 20 yards. It's a two color. It's a Dustin release color and a color in the mix. I got some hats coming up and apparel. If you guys want hats, I have some really nice hats. You'll see me wearing them in our guys in the jobs. And I got some jackets and sweatshirts coming if people want apparel. And you know, if I'm putting it out there, it's Hugo Boss type. They're really nice. The hats are really nice too. But we'll deal with that later. So we're just going to continually to grade this out. Perfect weather. It's about 70 degrees. Generally out here in the summer, it's like 100 degrees. This is in the desert kind of, and it's usually baking out here. So I got lucky with that. I'm just eyeballing this. I didn't set any strings. I'm just going off the weep screed off the house. Here's the setup day. I got about 5 guys to set this up because we set up the whole back and the whole front. The next video is about 9.5 yards. It's the front of the house. You'll see that video next. That's regular concrete broom. It came out really nice. This is really unique video here. This is the best stamping crew you'll see, not only in your area but on YouTube. But the other YouTubers can learn a lot from it. So we got the boys just rodding this. Milton likes to grab a 2x4 and just rod the dirt with the string lines for the grade. It works pretty good. I don't generally do it that way, but that's how he does it. We got Javier back with us today. He wasn't at the pour though. He's got like a 6-week job or some bigger job going, so he won't be at too many of the pours for the next 3 or 4 weeks. He might be. I like when he's there for sure. But the guys he sends are, you'll see the guys stamping. I mean, you're not getting a better crew than that. So the material doubled on us out here in California. It seems like, I'm sure it did everywhere else. For this rebar for the wood, the rebar, the stakes, and for the front too, it was like $950 or something. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. And they didn't have 2-foot stakes, so I'm not going to waste my time driving around. So I just grabbed the 3-footers. That's actually Milton's brother. He's a carpenter. So the dirt's real easy to move around with a rake and stuff. It was super sweet soil. It must have been imported. I don't think it's native of that area because I've done some jobs over there and it's real rocky. This was real silty powder. It's actually primo. I mean, you could want this kind of dirt imported because it compacted so well. I had to wear a mask when I was grading it because I was just breathing that stuff in. It was killing me. Here's the setup here. It's about 19.5 yards total. I just ordered 2 trucks 10 minutes apart. I'm going to pump it, so I'll do the first load in like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and I got the cleanup behind it with another load. We'll probably end up eating a load, but I mean a yard, excuse me. Here's my pump, 545. This is another new one you'll see on YouTube, a concrete contractor with his own pump. There's a new Ford there with the new rims and tires. I pulled around back because if I pump from the front, it'd be about 200, 250 feet. So I pulled in there, and the truck made it down the hallway, which was really tight, but thank God because I didn't feel like rolling all that hose out. That's a 2.5 off my pump to a 2-inch reducer. So I just reduce it down. So we're handling 2-inch hose, not 2.5. The 2.5 off the pump just lays back there. You don't even really have to mess with it. So it makes it really easy. I can basically pump it and pull the hose and maneuver it myself. I don't really need anyone with me. Here's the first load here. I use Ray out of Riverside too. That's what I use in Riverside. So we're priming this out. We're going to run it about a 5.5 probably. So we're going to start smoking this down. It goes pretty quick too with the soil. It bled pretty quick. Everything's set up pretty much perfect. I think I have 5 guys, 5 finishers, maybe 6 with 2 loads. The pattern's kind of a pain in the butt. A lot of guys don't like to use it because it's a pattern and you got to lay it out. And we jointed this. We didn't saw cut it. We just used a thin joiner up on it and cut it up real good. And then we continued the stamps from each joint. These guys killed us. This came out. West Coast does the best work anywhere. If you're in Orange County, you know who you're going to hire. It's getting redundant. It's stupid. But anyway, enough about those fools. This thing came out absolutely beautiful. We're going to seal it in about 10 to 14 days or something, I think. She's going to seal it to homeowner Lynn. It's pretty straightforward pour. You know, the way I pulled around front, it's like 100 feet of hose. It's just, you can just go as fast. They can just keep up with me pumping as fast as I'm pumping. No problem. We had to plastic the house off on this because we got that dust color we're dusting in. That's a mesquite color, and the color we dusted in was walnut. So it's mesquite and walnut. The release was walnut. I'm just hooking this up, going to wash the pump out. That's an Olin 545. We're cutting the joints up. Milton laid them out prior. He laid them out in the morning, and he hung the air conditioner you'll see up here against the house. How he did it. He put it up on stakes, and they just dropped it down and filled the holes. I usually hang it with wire from the eave, but the way he did it was way better. And we got Jose, brought him out for the joining. This is a long run here. This guy cuts joints better than anyone I've ever seen. He did that Diamond Groove a couple, 4 or 5 videos ago. That patio. These are guys he generally works with, I believe. Mud was nice, sand was good. For what they're charging, it should be. For 2 loads of color, it was like $3,600 for 20 yards of color. And that's not a deep color. I think that's a 1 pound per yard too. That color, that mesquite. So this is setting up perfect for us. You guys are going to love this stamp pattern, what it looks like. Now we're dusting in the walnut. So one 5-gallon jug does about 1,000 square feet. So we had 1,600 square feet. So we had to use, we had to buy 2 5-gallon buckets. The name of that pattern is Boardwalk. It's a wood looking plank. It's not plank, but you'll see it. We rented 9 stamps, which is plenty to cover this. There's a pattern there. You can get a good look at it now. I wouldn't try this unless West Coast was doing it. If you get a West Coast hat, you could probably do it. Bring you some experience. We're still dusting this, knocking it out. There it is there. That's Boardwalk 2 color. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West, and the next video will be the front porch and entryway.